Hey guys, Mrs. Flesch here. I wanted to take a few minutes to share this brief video on how to access and use a new website that I think will not only help us in our reading of both literature and informational texts, but also with the close reading strategies and ultimately the literary analysis component, which I know is still a work in progress for many. That being said, the website I'd like for you to go to is called commonlit.org. I stumbled upon it searching for an online text option for our next election, which is Patrick Henry's powerful and dramatic speech to the Virginia Convention. As you may remember from your before reading outline, Henry was this fiery, red-headed lawyer who is known for his political leadership and skill for composing and delivering an argument, but more on that later. Let's first go ahead and access that link through our portal page. Once you are on our class page, scroll down to links and find the one labeled Common Lit. Go ahead and click on that, and it should open a new tab for you to complete your profile. You will enter your first and last name, and I'd like for your username to be your first and last name with no spaces. So for example, I have a sample. It will simply be sample without the number attached. Select the correct grade level 11th and then enter your student email provided through JCS. I recommend using the same password to keep everything consistent. Then you may click Set Up Account and that will take you to the class homepage. Now I've already created a sample student account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in and help you navigate your first assignment. The two primary tabs you'll use on the site are My Assignments and My Progress. The My Progress tab gives you almost immediate feedback on the multiple choice assessment in addition to my comments on the short answer component. You have to finish the assignment in its entirety though. Both of these will be great formative tools as you prepare for your summative piece, which is your persuasive speech. So go ahead and go back to My Assignment tab and then click on the assignment to begin. What I like about the site is that it provides a brief reminder on historical context in addition to our purpose as readers. So even if you forgot your textbook at home, you'll notice that you are being asked to complete the same task in an interactive way. So after you read this short little excerpt, and you will now be able to read the text selection and complete the guided reading questions. I've made these active or a requirement this time to help you practice the pacing and content of what could be included in your annotations as summary notes. After you read from Mr. President all the way down to it, you'll notice that there are numbers embedded within the text. So if you click on one, you'll see that those are simply annotations, either for vocab or for footnotes that you would need to read. So these are important not only because they save you valuable time researching historical and mythological allusions and vocabulary, but also because they provide insight into his skill with rhetoric and how rhetorical devices contribute to meaning. So in other words, do not ignore the numbers. At the end of each section, there will be a question to check your understanding and also to give you some insight into the assessment at the end. So you can see here that I've already answered the first question, which is which of the following best paraphrases Henry's first paragraph? Now, I've already done that one. I selected the correct answer, so it gives me the green light to go ahead. You cannot see the remaining sections until you complete the first guided reading question. So don't fall into the trap of trying to skip around and go back through and answer the questions. Use this as a tool to guide your reading and understanding as you go throughout. So if I were to go down to this second question, I have not read this in its entirety. You would actually go through and look at all the footnotes and the additions here. I'm just going to try to select the wrong answer, and you can see there that it gives you the opportunity to try again. Oh, and there you go. To deceive and to dominate the American colonies. So again, it will not open up the next section until you answer it correctly. The final tool I would like for you to use is the highlighting option. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up to my first section here. Use this highlighter feature to track your purpose, which is, again, identifying rhetorical devices that Henry uses to deliver his message. So I know that one of the basic rhetorical devices is a rhetorical question, which I saw back in my very first section. So starting here, so those are two examples of rhetorical questions, and I'm going to highlight those. That allows me to go back into the text to establish meaning and understanding. That's really it. Hopefully this new approach to close reading will help you better understand how to read for depth and analysis, as well as synthesize your understanding for the summative assessment.